Guys, it's Jacob from Stringbuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being a music journalism site, links are in the description down below. And we have a brand new discursive type topic for you today, and that's politics in music, the good, the bad and the cringe. I'm going to refer to the original articles I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. Now this is a segment I've been wanting to do for nearly 3 months or so, and I've just struggled to have an iron plan down for it because it's a bit of a broad topic. The last year or so has seen a huge revival in politically based tracks coming from a range of artists descending from all sorts of genres, backgrounds, etc, etc. It feels like 1 in 10 tracks I review seems to carry some form of modern political message. We haven't seen a sheer quantity of music like this since the 70s, back in the Vietnam War and during that sort of political unrest. It's rife at the moment, and it's certainly intriguing to see what people have to say about the current political climate. But that doesn't always mean the track is clever or sophisticated. Sometimes it can be pretentious and downright ugly. So here we have the good, the bad and the cringe in political music. So enjoy. Starting with the good, there are buckets and buckets of inspirational and influential tracks that have been released during political periods of tension. We all know that. As I mentioned, the 70s is a great example of this. We were in a time that was fresh off of the Cold War, but finding ourselves enveloped straight into other wars. That meant a lot of death, a lot of political fatigue and a lot of fear. When you mix the strong emotions associated with those aspects, you suddenly start to create some great art that is both raw and very passionate. We had tracks being released like Freedom from Richie Havens. Definitely recommend you check out the live performance at Woodstock, which he did, perhaps one of the best live performances of all time. Then we have Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum. I never pronounced his second name right, so hopefully I did there. And Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Now these tracks are classics and carry messages that are well thought out, personal and matched everyone's feelings at the time. But now things aren't quite as clear cut as they once were. Now we're going through a whole different period of political tension, a different type of it, about the emerging future, about huge decisions happening in each country and very important elections that are shaking the world to its very core. It's not as simple as war and loss anymore, it's much more complex than that. That henceforth means you have to be more concentrated on a particular part of these tensions and politics rather than just being general and distracted. Great examples of this are $1 Million Loan by Death Cab for Cutie, The Kids Don't Want to Come Home by Declan McKenna and Pure Comedy by Father John Misty. Now, 2 of these tracks came out this very month and the other just last year, but they follow a very similar narrative but just in more focused veins. $1 Million Loan is a witty and satirical remark on Donald Trump's not-so-humble beginnings. Declan McKenna's track is on a growing fear for the next generation and the angst shared between teens and adults in the modern climate. And Pure Comedy is also a comedic look on the money in politics, but with a depressing undertone of division and priorities. What makes these tracks so great is the fact they showcase so much individual style and that they aren't blatantly obvious or bashful with their message. Musically, they are solid and the instrumentals create a great platform to express strong lyrical content over, a bit like the older tracks. When it comes to the lyrical content though, even if you don't agree with the message, the melodies are usually catchy and linger in your head. The most important aspect though has to be how the tracks encourage debate rather than just talking at you. They want you to agree, they want you to disagree, they want to convert you and they want to stir you. That's what really makes a good political track. Moving on to the bad, for every great political track we get at least 5 terrible ones. These are by artists who are usually capitalizing on a trend that isn't controversial nor is disagreeable in the first place. The whole point of sending a message in music is to make people think differently and encourage people to be part of the wider conversation, not to agree with everyone and tell everyone what they already know. If you then pair that with instrumentals that are rushed and are the redundant backdrop to what is being expressed, you end up creating songs which are a little pointless and lacking substance. Great example of what not to do is Hallelujah Money by the Gorillaz featuring Benjamin Clementine. In this track the music has been made to be clunky and forgettable so that it sticks in the background behind the vocal performance. Basically it wants its vocal performance to be the thing that takes centre stage the entire song. Then you have a melody lacking structure and development, meaning that the song is repetitive in parts yet wildly sporadic in others. On top of that you have a message that is popular and uncontroversial, stating the exact same as what has already been established, with the statement being broad and nameless as well as completely unfocused and forced. It should sound natural, like a stream of consciousness and an emotional thrill ride. It shouldn't feel like I'm being told off or that multiple people are being intentionally ridiculed. That creates division, which hence conflicts with the popular message and makes the track feel a little bit confused. But what comes first is the song. The words come much after. The song has to be enjoyable, memorable, and must be able to stand on its own without its statement. This track doesn't do that. Moving on to the final part of this video, we have the cringe, and now this category is one that is emerging at a rapid rate, one which we've never truly encountered before in many years gone past. These songs are so painfully put together and lack all the basic musical fundamentals and procedures that you need to make a good song in the first place. These songs genuinely harm their cause by being so mundane and making that particular group that they're trying to root for look silly and unintelligent in the process. Two examples of this have to be Trump by A$AP Ty and Campaign by Ty Dolla $ign featuring Future. These songs are utterly bland instrumentally, have raunchy and distracted lyrics that are way too mundane and put style over passion. They are more about the artist's lifestyle rather than supporting the community they are trying to help. And the songs actively damage what they are trying to achieve. Any political track that does the opposite of what it is intended for is considered a dud, I'm afraid. That's only intensified when it comes to political music. So overall, really, that's all I really want to say about the topic. I'd love to hear your comments on what you think in the comment section down below. I know I missed out groups like Rage Against the Machine who have built their entire image on it and have made some classic tracks to do with politics and anti-politics. So I'd love to hear what you say in the comments down below. If you like this video, then please leave a like. Subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.